I'm in, my guy.
Hey, how we doing?
How we doing, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think the last time I saw you was at Format, no?
Yes. When was that?
'Cause
October 23?
no, 24. Was it not the 24 one? No, it
No,
was
I wasn't
23.
at the
Oh
last
my
one. I
God.
was working.
Oh, it's been that
Mate,
long. Oh my
that's
days.
mad, isn't it? You
That's
know
been far too long.
what's crazy is that we didn't even know we were going to be there. Like, I had
No,
no idea you were going to be there.
no, so basically I got invited like it wasn't really a last minute invite, it was more of a last minute from me going, "Do you know what actually? Yeah, I'll come. Why not?" Yeah,
Oh,
so
man. I was weaking out. I remember I was quite a few drinks deep. Like, I'd been in Weatherspoons all day, and I'm just like walking around.
yeah.
Like,
Who's that
what?
handsome man? Oh my
I
God.
think I messaged you on Twitter. I was like, "Are you at Format?" And then
Yeah, man.
I was like, "Yeah, mate."
My language, my bad.
Oh, you're chilling.
2
You're
years
chilling. You're
ago.
chilling. That's crazy, man. Time is
That is
getting
mental.
away.
Honestly, it feels like it's gone well quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Are you going to go to
Crazy.
this year's Format?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think it's on the cards. I don't know what the date is for it. I didn't actually
I
check.
can't remember. No.
But yeah, I need to have a look, see if I got the dates off work and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. They reached out to me, so I thought I might try and make the effort for this one if I can get it booked off work. So
Yeah,
I miss
100%.
that kind of thing, man.
Yeah, Format was sick. I enjoy Format.
Yeah. Format was just a vibe, wasn't it? For those that don't know, listening,
Yeah.
Format was like a gaming social event for like streamers, content creators, but there's not really a content creator vibe. It's like a night out, isn't it? It's just like a
Yeah. It's almost like a social event for streamers and content creators, but with the added twist that you can just get drunk and have a good time.
yeah.
But you don't have to. So last year
No.
at Format, I went to the last one and I did the whole night completely sober, and it was still
Nice.
just as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a testament to them, though. Isn't it? I think I always forget the guy's name that hosts it. Simran.
Simran, that's the one.
Simran.
Simran Whittam, yeah.
He's done such a good job there, man. Like,
Honestly,
he
it
put
actually
so
has.
much work and effort into that. That's like his baby.
Yeah. It's paid off though, to be fair, because every time, like I've only been to 2 of them so far, and both times I went to the one in, was it Manchester? Yeah, one in Manchester, and then the one in Liverpool, and both of them were like proper sick nights. I think, to be honest, I think Liverpool was a bit better than Manchester as well.
Yeah.
Like the second time round I went, yeah, it was a little bit better, I think, if I remember it correctly. Yeah.
That's good though, because I think they're trying to like get better every year. You don't want to kind of have like a step
Yeah.
back, do you? I think they had like a bigger
No.
bigger venue this year as well, wasn't it? Or last year.
It was a lot bigger. It seemed a lot bigger. Obviously, the Manchester one was on like 3 floors, I think. I want to say 3 or 4 floors. And this one's
3
like,
floors.
yeah, this one's like all across the same floor. But there's like different rooms and stuff, and you have to go through like corridors and I don't know what like tunnels or whatever it feels like. Yeah, mental.
Yeah, to be fair, the one that I saw you at was Halloween one as well, wasn't it? So like everyone was dressed up and like had that.
Yeah. I
That's
think
my
I
first
just
time in
dressed up as
Manchester.
me.
Yeah, same. I didn't dress up.
Yeah. No, I was like, because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna dress up." I was like, "Oh, I haven't actually got anything to dress up in." I'll tell you what, I'll just come up as me. That's pretty scary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
it's
Yeah.
unpredictable. That's what I mean.
Oh man, so Dan, for those that like don't know, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, cool. So I'm Dan, or I go by like Halsey FPS on like Twitch, and then on Instagram I go by Halsey Photography. I'm pretty much like a try everything and do everything type of person. Engineer from West Midlands, 25 years old, pretty handsome.
Pretty handsome.
Yeah.
For audio listeners.
Yeah, for audio listeners, yeah, you just seen me like pucker up to the camera.
Yeah.
But no, I just do whatever I see next, and then try it, give it a go.
I love that. It's just like whatever tickles your fancy, and just
pretty much.
see how it goes. I love that, man. I feel like I do the same thing, but then I'll just start something, drop it, and then go on to the next thing, and then like I find it hard to like stick onto one thing.
Yeah. So at the moment, I'm like in between like 3 or 4 different things. So, like streaming, photography, and videography at the same time. I'm also taking up golf and golf lessons.
Ooh. How's that going?
And I also Oh, do you know what? It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. It's a good way to, like, if you've had like a long, stressful or built up week, you just go to the driving range, smack a ball as hard as you can, sound. You feel good.
Nice.
You feel good. Unless you hit it wrong and then you jam up your shoulder and then it really hurts. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also at the moment am like getting into playing pool and stuff. Like
Ooh.
I say at the moment I've been playing pool for a little bit, but yeah, I've started to do it a bit more.
I enjoy a bit of pool. I got a couple of chef friends of mine. We used to work together. None of us work together now, but occasionally we try
Yeah.
and meet up and just stay in contact. And we always, whenever we do, we just seem to go play pool. And never play it
I
any
think
other time, but it's so fun.
Oh, mate, honestly, it really is. I think, like with social situations like that, where you've got old workmates and stuff like that, and you don't see them very often. Pool is always a great place to be because it's never too loud, so you can always just have a catch up, a chat,
Yeah.
and then you can always, if you want, have a few beers, play a few games of pool, and it's just chilled.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. It was just like a good vibe. I mean, they're a bit angry at me, to be fair, because I had this idea for this podcast where I was like, really like, I felt I needed to start a podcast. And then I met up with them a few months ago, just before I
Yeah.
started this. And they were like, we should start a podcast together. And I
Oh,
was like,
hang on, guys.
oh God, sorry guys. So
I don't know what to tell you here, but your boy's already starting one.
sorry, Ryan. Sorry, Billy.
Yeah. Sorry, boys.
Yeah. No. So what sort of like led you to photography? Have you done that long? Have you done that as a
Um,
new venture?
I don't. I don't really keep track of how long I've done it. I'd say, well, I went to Japfest last year and I went to Japfest this year, and that was like the main times where I took loads and loads of photos. So I'd say probably about a year now, maybe. I was doing it, and
Japfest. Sorry to interject. Japfest is like Japanese cars and things like that, right? Like
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah,
car
yeah,
show for Japanese.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's at Silverstone, and it's a car show
Yeah.
full of loads of Japanese cars. Honestly,
My brother loves
recommend it to
that.
everyone.
My
Yeah,
brother
honestly, I
loves it.
recommend it to anyone. It's so sick. If it's like a first car show as well, 100% definitely worth it. Um, but yeah, I started at like Jackfest last year pretty much, and before that, I'd done nothing, no photography apart from obviously
Wow.
grab my phone, take a photo. Oh, that looks nice. But other than that, I never had a professional camera, never had editing software, never even knew what editing software was. I was very much in the dark of it, and I just like one of the lads at my old workplace. He was selling a camera, because he's like a wedding photographer part time as well, and he was like, "Oh, I'm selling a camera. Do you know anyone who want it?" And I was like, "Do you know what? I'll give it a go. I'll pick it up." So I did. I picked it up, and it was, to be fair, it was like one of those, like impulsive thoughts where you're like, "Oh, actually,
Hmm.
give it a go." And I literally picked it up, and I haven't put it down since. To be fair,
That's awesome, man.
yeah, it's pretty sick.
It's like, so did you like where it was literally just a fully impulsive, just you obviously you kind of
Yeah,
you have a really good knack for it. If you've only been doing it a year, like for those that haven't seen your photography, like check out the Instagram because there is like your shots are mad. Like the car
yeah.
shoots, the wedding shoots, they're all
I'll be honest. Some of them before, like the ones. So there's someone like I don't think they're still on my Instagram. But when I like first started posting, they look like fried. They weren't. I wasn't cooking. I wasn't cooking. I was burning.
burning,
I was
yeah,
burning. Yeah, and they looked terrible. But I was like, oh, do you know what? If I'm going to carry on doing this, I paid for this camera now. I might as well dive a bit deeper into it. So I picked up. Well, I looked on YouTube and I was like, right, tutorials. I need to know how to do this, how to, edit properly without making things look horrible.
hmm,
Um, and I just went through all of that and I picked all of that up.
yeah,
And then sort of like took on a bit of that and then added a bit of me into it as well because I don't want to be the same as everyone else. I like to be a bit out there and
yeah.
different.
You got to find your style, wouldn't you? Like,
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think it's good to find like a niche as well, they say in like
mm,
photography. So at the moment, I think mine's cars. You know what I mean? So
hmm.
I definitely take a lot more photos of cars than I do of anything else.
That's what you're into, though, isn't it? If like you're a bit of a
Yeah.
petrol head or whatever, then it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
be natural. You're in those environments, so it's like,
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's something I've enjoyed looking at since God knows how long.
yeah.
I've always enjoyed cars.
Did you do weddings as like you've actually done a couple of weddings for work and stuff, right? Like, or have you just
I,
done them
I,
just as like a favor
I
or?
did. I did one as a favour. So one of my mates from when I was in the Navy, he lives up in Scotland, and him and his now wife, they sort of did an elope, and they were like, if we're going to elope, then we'll get photos after.
Mhm.
So he messaged me and he was like, "Do you fancy coming up and doing some photos for us? We'll put you up in a hotel. We'll pay for your petrol, get here, get back." And
Nice.
I was like, "Do you know what? The added bonus is I get to see my mate as well because we're like
Yeah,
really really good mates." So yeah, I was like, "Yeah, do you know what? Actually, I fancy that. I fancy giving it a go." And I was like, "I won't charge you absolutely nothing. Like you don't have to pay for my petrol. I'll get hotels, whatever." But I ended up staying at his house, and he ended up paying for my petrol anyway.
happy
Um,
days.
and yeah, I took photos for him, some wedding photos in Glencoe in Scotland. And
Ooh,
I'm not
lovely.
gonna lie, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they were nice. They were
Yeah,
real good.
yeah,
I
yeah.
enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed that, and they absolutely loved them. Like they got a gallery of like, I think they got something like 50 photos or something, all for free. And
Nice.
I was like, this is cooking.
Yeah, wedding photos are just unreal. Like
Oh, they hit.
I can't. I'm okay at photography. I don't like. I know how like visual lines work and how to structure a photo and whatnot. But
Yeah.
obviously, videography is where I kind of excel. And I've done two weddings for videos before. Again,
Oh yeah.
just as like one, my old manager at work knew I did videos, and he just said, "Oh, I'll give you a couple $100. Would you do it?" I did it, completely
Hey,
undersold
that's not too
myself,
bad,
but it
is
was
it?
just an experience. Like I was only like 18,
Yeah.
17 at the time, so but I tell you, nerve wracking, absolutely
Yeah.
nerve wracking.
Mate, I've actually got a wedding paid, a paid shoot for a wedding in like
Ooh.
2 weeks' time, and I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely undersold myself,
hmm
but at the same time, they know that this will be my first actual wedding event because this is going to be
Yeah,
a live wedding event, guests, the whole works, and I'm like, this is pressure.
there's so much pressure. Have you got anyone else there with you, like a videographer? Or?
I'm soloing. I'm soloing.
Oh, see, I was lucky because obviously I was doing the videos as like an extra. They already had professional photographers. I still remember
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name, Liam Gillen. Was the first
All
one.
right.
It
Okay.
was a young chap, super photographer, so good. And
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was just so brilliant at guiding me as being like, oh, like maybe stand here and you can get this shot. And kind of like where he had done it for quite a few years, he was able to kind of
yeah,
direct me on where I'm getting the best shot, but also being invisible to the rest of like the guests and not getting in
yeah.
the way. And it's a fine
That's super
line.
sick. Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. It's pretty sick when you got like someone with quite a bit of experience next to you, and they can be like, oh,
Yeah.
try this, do this, and you're like, oh, actually, that works, or I didn't like that time. Maybe we
hmm
can switch it up or something like that. I always find like a bit of guidance is always good.
Yeah.
The guy who actually sold me my first camera, I always every now and then reach out to him and say, oh, I know you've been seeing my photos. How do you think they're coming along? What would you have done differently? Um, and I always take it on board as well. Like I'm
hmm
just like I always take the advice on board, and I'm just like, yeah, thanks, thank you for that, I appreciate it. And then I
Yeah.
always like every time I try something different. So like I recently did a shoot where I tried a different effect in Photoshop called like the Autumn effect, and it turned out pretty nice. I can't lie, but yeah,
hmm
it's always trying something new for me that I enjoy doing.
Yeah, I think it's so important, isn't it? Like when not just in like a hobby, but in just in life, taking experience from other people and really taking it on board and being open to not just criticism, but being able to actually hear constructive criticism, take it on board, develop, learn, and evolve in wherever it is you're doing it, be it mental health, be it photography, like anything.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I always think that the people around you, um, everyone's got massively different experiences. So maybe you could learn from it. Maybe they can learn from you. You never know. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, I think that I mean, where I've worked in kitchens my whole life, and the thing with like being a chef is you just never stop learning. You
Yeah.
you could be a 15-year veteran head chef at this place, and you have a commie chef come in, like starting at the bottom, and he does something. You're like, oh, I've never seen it that way before. Like I've never done it that way,
Yeah.
and I think it says a lot about the person if they either
Yeah.
dismiss it or if they take it on board.
Yeah, definitely. I always think that, stuff like that's pretty cool. It's definitely dead neat when, like, I always find, especially like when I started out like engineering and say something like that, I'd always like, because I was fresh and I wasn't sort of like set in a way, I'd always think about things differently.
Hmm.
And it always felt really good to like teach some of the older engineers, like proper veterans of the game, like 60-year-old,
Yeah.
blokes that have been doing it all their lives, and they're like, "Oh, actually, what you did was pretty neat. I've never seen anyone do it like that." Boom. And it's
It
like, they're
says a lot
cool.
about them though, doesn't it, as well? Like,
Yeah,
it's a good feeling when someone takes something on board from you and vice
yeah,
versa. Like,
definitely. Oh, 100%, yeah. And I was just about saying, likewise, when they teach me things that I didn't know, and I'm like, "Oh, actually, it makes my life so much easier."
yeah. I think it's nice as well to like look back on as well. Like you remember those people. Like I remember my
Yeah,
very first chef's job. I worked with there was this really old Irish chef. He would only come in for like a couple hours a week, but I was always there on my apprenticeship. And he'd always just teach me a couple of things, and I still do them that exact way to this day. And I just remember, like,
yeah,
I don't even know his last name. His name was John, but he was just a lovely Irish fella. And I was like, always just got like a fond memory of this guy in my head.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty class.
Yeah, it's nice. But what sort of engineering are you doing?
So I started off as like well, multi-skilled, multi-trade. So I first started engineering in 2017. Yeah, 2017. So I just left. Well, not long left school. I'd been doing a bit of odd jobs here and there, and then I joined the military. And then from there, that's when they taught me engineering. They were like, they taught me mechanical, electrical. I learned a couple of different like woodworking tricks and stuff like that. Just loads of little different things. But at the moment, I'm an automation engineer.
Right.
So I work in like a distribution center, and it's all to do with like I don't know the easiest way to explain it really for like someone who doesn't know anything about it. It's kind of like Tesla full self-driving. Like you get
Right.
a someone goes on the phone and they click order, and then from there the whole factory sets it all into motion. So a box will be made, it'll go down a line, and there'll be people like picking, putting into the boxes, and then you've got like automated like I want to call it like a ring. It's like a carousel almost, and it'll
Right.
like direct it to it'll direct packages to like different things and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's it's like for me to understand it because I do it. It's not hard to understand.
Yeah, but it's
But for
quite a
like
hard thing to explain.
yeah, for like outsiders looking in, like especially if they've got like zero engineering experience, it's like yeah, you just chatted waffle to me, mate.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll just take your word for it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I could tell you that I build rockets and stuff, but nah, I'm
We would
just
have believed you. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I look like the type to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, dude, mate, I had no idea you were in the military though.
Yeah, yeah.
What was
I
that like?
did
I must have had
5 years.
some tough times in that.
Um, yeah, yeah. I'd say so. I'd say there's a couple of for for me personally, it wasn't like majorly tough, but I can
Mm.
imagine for like some people, I can imagine it being like, they never get to see their family, they never get to see their friends. But for me, I saw it as "Oh, I get to go on holiday. It's
Yeah,
class. I get to
that's
I get to
it.
go travel the world for free. I get paid for it. In fact, I get to I get to be on these ships that are state of the art, pretty cool.
Mhm.
I get to be with people that are very like minded as well. Like we've all got a similar mindset, a similar sort of like banter style as
Like a
well.
camaraderie. Like,
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
what sort of places did you go
yeah.
to then? What sort of countries did you?
Oh, I went to South Georgia in the Antarctic Circle.
Oh,
Um,
what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was like, in fact, I think that was probably my favourite place.
That's
Um,
insane.
yeah, oh mate, it was so sick. Not very many people get to go there at all.
No,
And if like as a civilian you want to go there, you're paying like stupid money,
thousands. Yeah, yeah.
stupid money. So yeah, I had a pretty much like a once in a lifetime experience with that.
That's
Uh,
surreal.
I went to the Falkland Islands. I went to Brazil. I went to
Oh,
Cape
sick.
Verde. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Holland, not Holland, the Netherlands twice. Um, I say Holland because it used to be called Holland, right? I swear
Yeah,
it
I
did.
never know. Like, do they not? I think it's both, but it seems to be called the Netherlands more than it is Holland now. I
Yeah,
swear. Yeah.
I went there twice anyway. Um, Trying to think of other places I've been. I've pretty much been everywhere in the UK.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, there's been quite a few places.
That's awesome, man. What was so obviously the Antarctic was your favorite, but like Antarctic or
Yeah,
Antarctica?
and the
Was it is it the
Antarctic
same?
Circle. So yeah, no, so
Or the
it's like
Arctic? You got the
so
Arctic and then the
Arctic's at the top and
oh,
the
up top.
Antarctic's at the
Yeah,
bottom,
yeah,
innit?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's the Antarctic Circle. So basically, South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands, albeit it's like very much only just in the Antarctic Circle, but I feel like it's pretty cool to say, "Oh, I've been to the Antarctic Circle."
Mate, I would
100%.
say
Yeah.
there's probably less than 1% of the population that get to say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely. It's
Like,
dead cool.
that's not even an exaggeration. I genuinely think
No, no,
there's
honestly, every time I look back at it, I appreciate the fact that I've been there.
yeah. How long were you there for?
I was only there for 3 days, I wanna say.
Yeah.
3 days. So we got there,
Freezing.
and then, we'd spent, like, 3 days there, and it was more of like a we had to do a resupply for scientists that were
Mm.
living there. They spend, like, 6 months out there, and then they go home for 6 months. So they needed a resupply, and we were in, the Falklands at the time, and we were like, "Yep, okay, sound. We'll pick up all the stuff, and we'll drop it off to you, and whilst we're there, we'll spend 3 days." And they're like, "Yep, no worries. We'll accommodate you in our bar." So, like, a select few people managed to get into, like, their bar. It's only a tiny little bar. There's, like, 6 of
Mhm.
them that live there. So they're like, "We can't accommodate a whole ship, but,
Yeah.
people put their name down and, pick names randomly from a hat." And I was one of them that got to go into there as well, so I was, like,
Awesome.
double lucky, really, yeah. It was
Mate.
really cool. Really, really cool. There were a bunch of cool blokes as well, that were in the bar that lived there, for 6 months. They were dead appreciative of,
Oh.
like, what's coming, help bringing them stuff, and then,
Mhm.
they were, like, dead appreciative of the land as well, because like, out there, it's like they're literally there to observe, and some of the
Mhm.
stuff they must have seen, I'm not gonna lie, when we were only there for 3 days, and we saw, like, you know, elephant seals fighting, we saw penguins just wandering about, we saw
Oh,
whales.
man.
I was like, "This is mad." Imagine what they see in
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, oh, yeah, like, some of the stuff they must capture and, like, some of the like, research and information they get, it's like,
Crazy.
oh, that's so
Absolutely crazy.
surreal, man.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, subconsciously, maybe that's where you got a love for you had, like, a knack and love for photography back then, like, finding, like, your travel?
Um,
Because surely that's quite a very picturesque, like, place.
oh, mate, honestly, if I could show you some photos, I would. I've got loads of them,
Yeah.
but they're all on my phone.
Yeah.
Um, so, to be honest, I wouldn't I wouldn't put it down to, like, a single thing.
Nah.
Like, I've always enjoyed looking at other people's photography, definitely. I've enjoyed looking at it, wondering how long it took them and stuff like that. Because some people, like for me, we're shooting cars. A car's there, I take a photo of it, it's pretty much a done deal. You're guaranteed to have a car in front of you. But
Mhm.
for, like, especially like landscape and nature photographers, they spend, like, weeks in one location just waiting for the shot that
Yeah.
gets them their big break.
The patience, like, camping out and just watching, like, one pack of lion like, for wildlife, watching one
Crazy.
specific pack of animals or whatever, and you can't
Yeah.
interfere, you can't like, you have to just
No.
wait.
Yeah, you just have to let it happen.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, man.
man. What did you think of Brazil?
Brazil, great.
Yeah?
Great place. Absolutely love Brazil. Yeah. We were there
Beautiful,
for
innit?
4 days. I spent every night in a five-star hotel on Copacabana Beach.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
yeah, yeah, we lived the dream in Brazil.
Unreal,
Brazil was
innit?
like I was off duty, I was off work, I had
Oh,
the whole
even
4 days to
better.
myself. Yeah. So the nightlife was great. Brazil was
It's
absolutely
mad,
stunning.
innit?
Oh, mate, it was
They
mad.
get
I
up
wasn't
for it.
expecting it. People were like, "Oh, yeah, like, the nightlife's, like, pretty extreme, it's pretty good," and I'm like, "Oh, right, okay." You know, but in the Navy, you drink for a living almost. So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Sound.
Did
I'll get a
you
drink with." Yeah. I got I was like, "Whoa, this place is a bit too much for me."
Yeah. Did you have, caipirinhas? Whatever it is, like
Yeah, I had some
the
caipirinhas,
cachaça and the
yeah.
lime? That shit's strong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The first time you have it, you're like, "Oh, caipirinha. Yeah, I'll
Mm,
try one of these."
yeah.
Whoa!
It
Your
hits
head's just like,
so
"Whoa."
good.
Yeah. I tell you what though, they're, like, really bad for you in the sun, but I tell you, when you're in the sun and you're just chilling out and you're, like, relaxing,
Oh,
you have
man.
one of them, it feels so refreshing, but you just know it's not good for you.
Yeah, it's bad. I find it,
Yeah,
yeah, my whole time when I lived there, I was in Brasilia for basically 6 months, and
yeah,
then occasionally I would do like a week in Rio, a few days in Sao Paulo, and kind of just dot around. Um, but I did a week in Rio, done two
yeah,
separate weeks in Rio. Um, One was for Carnival, and that was
mate.
insane.
I want to go to the carnival so bad.
I want to go back
When
there.
we actually when we went out there, so we had a taxi driver, and we were asking him like, "Oh, what's it like during like carnival season?" He was like, "You need to get out here for carnival season. It is absolutely mental." I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, cool. Is it like, is it any good? What's it about?" And he was like, "It's really good." And he invited us out there. He was like, "If you
No
come
way.
out during carnival season, yeah, I've still got his number as well." He
That's
was like, "If you
awesome.
want to come out during carnival season, let me know, and we'll get you picked up from the airport and stuff like that. And we'll put you up in a nice little hotel." And I was like, "All right, cool, sound." And
Yeah.
yeah, to be honest, I've never actually thought about it since until literally you said then carnival. I was like, shit, I got invited there.
You gotta do it, man. And I think it's definitely up there in like the top five like experiences of my life because it is just
Yeah,
the Brazilians are so hospitable. Like
hospitable. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they're so good with that. They want to make others happy, especially if you're coming from outside. They want you to think good of their country, so they will do everything they can
100%.
to provide. And oh, man, I've got so many stories of Brazil. I think the sketchiest thing in my life happened at Carnival. I was
Yeah.
yeah, so basically when we stayed there, we were staying on Botafogo Beach, so just
Yeah.
about 20 minutes from Copacabana,
Yeah.
where this beautiful penthouse, there's about 14 of us. It was just like, it was mint. And
Mega.
one of the, because a few of it was basically, I was the only Englishman, I was with like 13 Brazilians, and they were like, obviously they kind of know the areas a bit more. Some are from Rio, and they were like, okay, we're going to go to this party. Like, we're going to get this bus, like this mini bus, and it's going to take us up into the mountain. We're going to have like this house party. Like, it's going to be sick. I was like, okay, sounds cool. We get to it's like, this is about 11 o'clock at night as well. So it's like we're starting late.
Yeah.
And we get to this like gas station at the bottom of a mountain. This rickety old van pulls up. Like, it's got holes in the bottom. It's just a
Yeah.
chassis. Like, it is just dodgy as fuck. I'm sitting there vlogging on my little GoPro, and we end up getting in the car. It takes us up the mountain, and then I realize, fuck, we're in like the middle of a favela, and like
Yeah.
the
Oh,
party is in a favela, and it was so surreal because it's so steep. There's just like 50 to 100 like bin bags just in the street, like just tin can shacks, and I was like, you start to get like, I'm relaxed, but I'm
yeah.
a little bit like on edge at the moment. Like,
Yeah. I'm relaxed, but I'm relaxed on the
yeah,
edge of my seat.
yeah, like I keep my wits about me. So we get to the top, and no joke, we all pay him like 10 or 20 real, which is, I can't remember what it is in pounds. Um,
10 real is about £2.
yeah, at the time, I think the exchange rate was quite decent. Yeah, about 5 or 6 real per pound, I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds about right. So he just takes all the cash that we just gave him, a couple hundred real, just exchanges it for like this big wad of cocaine just right in front of us, just like it was
Oh,
nothing, because
yeah. Yeah.
they're self-run up there, aren't they? They self-police and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I was just like, I've seen a lot of like people doing cocaine and stuff on a night out before. Never touched it myself. I've never done drugs,
Yeah.
but I've seen it, and but like, that's a big bag. But we we walked into this place. It was again a shack, but then all of a sudden you walk through the door, and it was just like this mansion basically, with like
Whoa.
literally a built-in dance floor into their house, the bar with just like as much caipirinha, like cachaça, you can see, and then the view was just looked over the entire Copacabana, the entire Rio
Wow.
coastline, and I was just like, man, this is like just surreal,
Yeah, that's pretty
so surreal.
unexpected. Like, if I can imagine quite a few people have seen what the favelas look like, but when you go through them, it's like, holy shit! Like,
Yeah.
this is mental. Like, we got a tour guide to go up to, what's it called, the Cristo Redentor,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Christ the
yeah.
Redeemer statue.
Christ
Yeah.
Redeemer. Unreal up
So
there,
we got a
innit?
tour guide. Oh mate, it's so nice, such a great view as well.
Mm.
You can proper see out like everywhere. You can
Yeah,
see like
a full
Copacabana,
360.
Sugarloaf Mountain. What's the beach next to the Copacabana?
Um, oh, oh
I
my
can't.
God,
It'll
Ipanema.
come to me. Ipanema, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So we were looking at all of that, and then we stopped like halfway up the favela, and we just made a dodgy little turn, and I was like, "Yo, where are you taking me right now? Because the road is this way, and you're taking me this way." And he was like, "Oh, it's okay. It's a good little viewing spot." And I'm not kidding you. It was like one of the best viewing spots I'd ever seen. It was like
Yeah,
no one around, absolutely silence. Like you couldn't hear nothing, and you looked out and you could see like everything. And it was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
it's special, isn't it? 'Cause it's so hard to explain Brazil because it's such a busy place. Then when you go up there, it does just go silent, and
Yeah,
there's
it's
so much
so
trees and nature
diverse.
still. Yeah,
I think it's quite a diverse place. So like obviously you've got your
massively.
beaches. You go on like a 20-minute car ride, and you've got your shopping centres, your city centres, everything like that. And then you go on like another 10-minute car ride, and you're in a jungle. And then you go
Yeah,
on another 10-minute ride, and you're in a favela, and you're like, this place is nuts. It's got literally like every single thing you could ever think of in one spot.
yeah, yeah. It is mad. Like Rio for me was just like it really is. Did you know there's a I didn't get a chance to do it because I ran out. I didn't have much money at the time, and
Yeah.
but you can do paragliding off one of the
Ah,
mountains near
man, that would have been
near
cool.
Christ the Redeemer. Yeah, so
That
you
would have been
literally
cool.
you got the mountain that's in front of Ipanema, I think, and you literally come
Yeah.
all the way down the coastline. Like that would be
Mate, that'd be wicked.
insane.
I've never done that actually, like at
Nah,
all.
me either.
And that'd be something I'd give a go, 100%.
Yeah,
Maybe it could be my next bloody hobby.
you know who knows if you
Yeah,
get tired of
exactly.
golf.
Yeah. I'll have to either give up golf or pool. Can't give up
Yeah,
photography.
nah.
Can't give that one up.
The thing is, with travel and photography go hand in hand as well, didn't they?
Oh, mate, they marry up so well.
You went to
They do.
Thailand recently, didn't you, to do some
Yeah,
photography?
yeah.
Was that for photography or just
Mate,
like a little holiday?
it was a holiday, but
Yeah,
obviously the camera came with us, so
yeah, yeah.
might as well take it with me everywhere I go. You know what I mean?
What was Thailand like?
Oh, mate, Thailand is wild,
Yeah,
absolutely wild. It is like I want to say the busiest place I've ever been to. Like,
really?
yeah, so busy, and there's like, you know, literally wherever you look, there's people, and they're like, they want you to have a look at something, or they're going to look at something, and you're like, wow, this place is mental. It's hot, like fucking hot. It's very sweaty as well. The
Yeah, I've
humidity out
heard.
there is like 100. It's
Oh.
like you literally, oh mate, honestly, like with the heat as well. You step out, you like we had an air conditioned room, and we stepped out the room, and instantly you're like your top's drenched wet through. You've got beads all along your forehead of sweat, and you're like, fuck, this is hot. But we went like it was like the back end of rain season, so we still had a bit of rain. It was still like 30 odd degrees. Humidity was at like an all time high, and the rain. You were like, oh, thank God for this
Yeah,
rain. It is
yeah,
cooling me
yeah.
down right now. Yeah, it
Oh
was it
man,
was mental. Honestly, it was the only way I can describe it is a bit like England. Like you wake up in the morning, it's nice and sunshine. Halfway through the day, it's torrential rain,
just
but
switches
it was
up.
like tropical rain, like fat raindrops, like proper. It'd knock you out if it landed on your head. I bet. And then and 10 minutes after that, it was like beaming sunshine again, and it'd just dry up instantly, and you're like, this place is nuts.
Just bipolar weather.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Beautiful though, absolutely beautiful place.
Yeah,
Loved it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so picturesque. We went on like a boat tour that took us around a couple of the little like, offshore islands. We went to like the what they called like the PP Islands.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
We went to oh man, I forget all the names. I'm terrible with like names of places, I swear. But we went like all these different islands, and then like halfway through the tour, the boat would stop, and you'd jump off, and you'd have like your snorkeling gear on, your fins on, and you could like go look at all the fish
Beautiful.
and everything like that. Man, it was mega. It was so mega.
Oh man, it's just. Is there like Thailand's up there for me? Is there anywhere like your top three like places like you have to go visit or like you want to do more traveling?
Yeah, 100%. I've got like a top one,
Mm.
which is like 1,000% I'm going to go is Japan.
Mm.
Always, always. always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah.
Like, for as long as I can remember, it's been like my number one place, and I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna do all of these different things. And one of the main reasons is the car scene, and that's
Yeah.
crazy, isn't it?
Jap
Because
Fest
I've always
every
been,
day.
hell yeah, man, hell yeah. Like I want to go like I want to go all the little car meets, little underground car meets. I want to do everything out there. I think
Mhm.
the place is so cool, and like the culture is so friendly. Like you see
Yeah.
it, I see it all the time because it's all my social media others going on about. It's like, this is why you should go to Japan, and I'm like, I know why I should go. Just
I'm
help me,
trying. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, let me go. But yeah, like the people out there are so friendly. The food looks absolutely unreal. Big fan of sushi, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Big fan of like the Japanese domestic market, car culture. Um, I'm like, I'm just like all for it. Like I just absolutely love everything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, Japan's in my top 3. I think it used to
Yeah,
be well, Brazil was my number 1, so that's done. Then it was
ticked off.
Canada and New Zealand, but
Oh man, I never thought about Canada.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I put Canada in my top three, and then for my third one, instead of New Zealand, I'd trade you that for in Australia.
Ooh, yeah, I back it.
Yeah,
I back it.
yeah. I want to do like everywhere there as well too. To be fair,
Mhm.
because like everywhere's so different. Well, you got
Yeah.
like Melbourne, Sydney, Perth,
Yeah.
Victoria, all of these different places, and they all like have different little quirks about them that I want to go see.
Yeah, yeah. I've got so many friends that ended up going out there doing like a little year out there and have now been there like 8, 9, 10 years. They just love it.
That's
Just haven't
that's
come
crazy.
back. It's just
I don't blame them. I don't
nah,
blame them.
nah. Would you live in a different country?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would.
Fuck England.
100%. Yeah, I'm not going to say it, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's
No,
some beautiful
100%. I
places,
agree with
but
you. Yeah, yeah. There's some like don't get me wrong. There's some places in England that are fucking stunning, man.
mhm.
Absolutely, like Cornwall, great example. Absolutely stunning
Yeah,
all along the coast down there, pretty much. Wales, love Wales as well.
yeah,
Um, I really, really love Scotland as well. Absolutely love that place. But then I'm thinking like, oh, Greece,
oh,
fucking France, Italy, Spain,
yeah,
Portugal. Mate, I'd be anywhere.
yeah.
I'd be absolutely anywhere.
I think that would be like the ultimate goal for me. I think like when I could look back and like, oh yeah, like I made it would be if I
Yeah,
was doing like this podcast on a weekly basis or daily basis from anywhere in the world and I'm just dotting around and
yeah,
I'm
100%, man.
just being able to interview, like talk to people from just every different culture.
Yeah, man, 100%. That'd be
Soak it
that'd be
all
pretty
in.
sick, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That'd be
Imagine all the different people you could get on the pod as well. That'd be crazy.
exactly, man.
That'd be
Just
crazy.
these like the random people you meet, like the guy that's offered you to go to his house in Brazil,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you could just rock up, sit down anywhere, just
yeah.
you'd
Set
learn
up a
so
microphone.
much. Yeah.
Oh, mate, could you imagine? Could you imagine if like you talk to, like different people from like each different country, like how much you could learn, not just about that country, but about people and how they think, and it'd be mad.
Yeah. You'd end up like buddy Dumbledore, like the amount of wisdom you would take on.
Crazy, innit? Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it would just be class. Like I think
yeah. Shout out
people
Dumbledore, by the way. He's a sick guy. He's a
both of
sick
them,
guy.
as well.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
put
yeah.
some
Of course,
respect on the
of
first
course.
one as well. Doesn't get
Yeah,
enough
yeah, yeah.
love.
Of course. No, he doesn't. He doesn't actually.
No. So I mean, you're like you've done so much, and you've been in, like I say, been in the military for 5 years. That must come with so much stress. How do you kind of like? I mean, you're like a super positive guy. I mean, I know we have people on here. Everyone that's been on so far has been about like an anxiety or grief or how they deal with certain mental health. But like you came to me and you were like, I just don't suffer with it. I just don't struggle with it. Like you're just chilling.
Do you
Like,
know what? I think I twist every negative into like a positive,
mm,
which sounds kind of like not. I can't say that I've met many people that can do that. But like, well, I say that there's been a couple of people where we've all been in like the same situation, and we all just basically take the piss out of it.
best
We're
way.
like, you know what? This is shit, but it's shit, and it's less shit because we're all doing it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. There's
100%.
been some. there's been some like, proper like hard times, I think, where, like I'd say for like an average person, that's not like that sounds like it's like, oh, I'm above average. I'm not above average,
No,
but
you
like
just mean
for
like the
that,
majority of people.
yeah, like that's what I mean. Yeah, the majority of
Yeah.
people, they'd be like, "Oh man, this is shit. I don't want to do this, blah blah blah." And I'm just not like that. I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. Crack on. I honestly, I don't know how to explain it. Like, um, I can't even like name a particular situation, but like, there's with certain people, it's like they get really upset by quite a few different things, and I'm just like, it's off the shoulder,
It
man.
is what it is.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do to change it, really, is there? Like, you get put in these certain situations, and you just either take it on or you let it hold you down a bit. And I take it on, put it in my little backpack, just crack on.
I love that, man. It's so true though, because it's like you can't control how people or situations gonna happen to you or act to you, but you can control how you react to it.
100%, yeah, 100%. You can only, and that's the only thing you can control. Like,
Yeah.
we're in like a little tornado of life, and we're just along for the ride. It'll spit us out when it spits us out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where people get their anxiety from these days, and it's like not having that control
Yeah,
or feeling like they're out of control. And yeah,
100%. Yeah,
if you
I understand it as well. I really do, because I can imagine that some people really, really don't like the fact that they're not in control of absolutely
mm,
everything and anything. Whereas I'm just like, fucking, what are we doing next?
yeah, like you're just on this journey and you're
Yeah, man,
willing to go whatever direction it goes.
100%,
So
100%.
sick. So sick. I think
I,
yeah, like
I, I, I
go on.
applaud it for myself, really, because it's like
You should.
I, I don't know how to like explain it, but like I'm just like, yeah, man, it is what it is.
So cool. I feel like I
Yeah,
used to be more like that than I am now. But I do try to stay like that. I think as I
yeah,
get older, I think I get these little stumbling blocks of like, oh, maybe I should be here at this point, or maybe I should be here. And then like I kind of have that inner chat with myself, like, no, this is the journey. Like you just like
yeah, man,
let it be.
100%, 100%. So you can think like that, and it. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing to think like that, because at the same time it can motivate you to, carry
Yeah,
on, you know, do that extra 10%,
yeah,
15%, whatever. It can motivate you to do that. But for some people, if they think like that, it can then be a bit negative, and they'll be like backtracking a little bit, and they're like, oh,
spiral.
and yeah, they spiral out of control, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that's a massive problem. I think people struggle with these days is not being able to control or regulate their emotions, and every single like exterior factor they just take in and hold and just like worry and stress and just constantly thinking about it. It's like if you just let it flow through you. My mum always says if
Yeah,
you just
man.
let it flow through you and let it come in, let it go out, like, and it's just
Who said that? Your mum?
yeah,
Wise lady, very
she
wise
is.
lady.
She is a very
Yeah,
wise lady. Yeah. So how do you deal with
100%.
like any like adversity if things come your way? It is literally just like laughing, just
Do you know what? There's not like a any sort of particular thing I do. I just I see it as it comes in as sort of like, oh yeah, this is bad,
mhm.
and then I'm going, right, okay, it's bad. What can we do to make it better?
Right. Like,
What can we do? Like, you know, something's got you down at work. You say you're stressed. You got pressure at work. Right, what can I do to make it better? Right, I can look at this at this time. Look at this at this time. I can just separate it up, break it down.
yeah.
Whatever works for you, really. But for me, I just sort of I do a lot of like joking around, and I just take the mick out of literally anything and everything.
Yeah.
Like, if something bad's happened at work, I'm like, oh, right, that was dead funny, wasn't it? Right, let's carry on anyway.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like I think that's the perfect attitude to have. I think I've been lucky and I've always grown up with that in my family that we do just take the piss out of everything and it's how we get through
Yeah,
things is just who can be the most fucked up really. Like who
Yeah,
has the most
yeah, yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up humor? Like I remember
yeah,
my
yeah,
granddad
100%.
was like back in COVID, he got really bad, like got dementia and got
Yeah,
really bad really quickly. And it was just like, everyone, yeah, it's really bad. We do this hospital visits, whatnot. Like, he's bedbound now. Oh, he can't talk, and he became fully dependent on other people. And I was like, yeah, it's heavy. But at the end of the night, everyone would just be sitting there. It's like, I wonder if he remembers this, or just like just taking the piss out of the dementia, taking the piss out of the situation,
yeah, man,
and it
exactly.
brightens everyone's mood.
You got to think about it like, oh, I wonder if he remembers doing this, or I wonder
Yeah,
if he remembers, this X situation that's dead funny. I wonder if he'll remember it.
yeah, and
Yeah, you got to see the positive in all the negatives, man. Like,
mhm.
you can't just sit there focusing on the negatives because it'll grab you. It'll grab
Oh,
you.
eat you alive.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if you just look at the negatives and then I don't know, spin them. Just spin them. Make them do a
Yeah,
180, flip them back. Yeah, it's dead positive now. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I, I can't like fully explain it. Like I'm just there.
It's just, yeah,
Yeah. It's in my mind. Nothing's ever bad. Like
yeah.
something really bad could happen, and I'll just be like, yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway, what can we do?
Yeah, being solution based, I think, is very key to that of
Yeah,
it. I think just being able
yeah,
to problem solve and
100%. I've always had that sort of like outlook on things. Like, what can I do to solve it? And if I
mhm.
can't solve it, then oh well, it is what it is. If
Yeah,
there's nothing I can, physically do, then there's nothing that can be done. It's
there's
it's
nothing to
gonna
worry
happen.
about then because yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
What are
inevitable.
you worried for? Yeah,
Yeah, man, I applaud it. I really do applaud it. It's like I say, it's hard to explain to someone if like like you said,
yeah. I feel like
there's no reason you feel that way or know things you
no,
really do.
it's very weird. Like I can just say to someone like, "Oh, I'm just always happy," and they're like, "You're not always happy." I'm like, "No, I really am. I'm like fucking. I'm super happy all the time."
Mhm. Do you think there's like a correlation from how you live your life to that in like doing having like the creative outlets and things like that? Do you feel like that helps with like mental clarity or anything?
With I think mental clarity. Um, yes and no. So, like, I've always been pretty clear on my thoughts. Like,
Hmm.
they've always been like, right, I want to do this, and I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
and I'll just get on with it. But like, with like the creative side of things, I always find like a lot of the times I'll get like a mental block, and
Right.
I'll sit there like, it happened not long ago where I was editing a group of photos, and all of a sudden I just stopped, and I was like, I don't know what the bloody hell I'm doing. So I literally just got up, went down to the fridge, got a drink out the fridge, had a little, mess around with the dog. I watched an episode or something, went back to the computer, back on it again, like nothing ever
Yeah.
happened. And it was dead sound.
Yeah. That is so sounds so simple to
Yeah,
just
but when I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll. I'm
yeah.
like I'm grinding for hours,
Yeah. That's the
100%.
best feeling. That is the best feeling
Oh man,
when you're just flowing.
yeah. I did a, I actually did my first paid video shoot not long ago, and it was for
Nice.
one of my good friends who's he had a fight coming up. He's done the fight now. He won it, of course. He's my mate.
Well then. Yeah.
Um,
Taught me
yeah,
everything I
of
know.
course. Yeah, taught him everything I know. Big strong guy. No, and he was like, "Oh, do you mind coming down? I'll pay you for your time and stuff like that, and we'll shoot a video at the gym. I need a promo video for my boxing upcoming so I can promote ticket sales and stuff like that." I was like, I'll give it a go. Never done it before. He was like, yeah, I know you've never done it before, but if you want to give it a go, here's a paid opportunity for you. And I was like, yeah, all right. And once I'd shot all the video, that was like probably my favourite part, shooting all the video. So I was
Yeah.
like, I can see the vision. I was like,
Mhm.
yes, I can see it coming along in my head, and I'm like, this is going to be so sick. And I like at this desk here, I was like, right, SD card in, right, let's copy all the videos over, import them to Premiere Pro, and I was just like spending hours, and I must have spent like the first time I sat down and did video, I spent like 7 hours in one
Ooh.
block, and
Ooh.
I was like, Fuck, I've been sat here for a long time, but like I say, once I get in that flow state, I'm in it.
Yeah, yeah, it's such a good feeling, especially when you've got that vision is super clear in your head. You know what you're
Yeah.
doing, how you're structuring it, how you're laying it out, how you're telling the story. It is just like
Oh man, it was so
there's no
cool.
point stopping if you're in that flow. Just
No, like I think we recorded like 3 hours of footage on 2 different cameras. So I had 6 hours of footage to scrub through, and I was like, this is gonna be fun. So I
yeah,
just sat there. I had a notepad to my left. I had my MacBook sat here, and I was like, right, cool. Right, this video, this timing, I want to use this for such and such. And I put together a timeline before I'd even started editing.
nice.
Yeah, and I like scrubbed through everything at like fucking two times speed, and I was like, right, this bit's good, this bit's good. And it took ages to get through, but like the whole thing at the end product was pretty good. He was pretty happy with it, and
Good.
for a first time doing like a video, I was like, yeah, this is pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah. It's such a good thing. Like video, like videography for me. Like I love it so much. Like I just creating and telling stories visually.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
is just like I say when you feel that vision in your head. My issue is that I get to it and then I get to the editing point and it is just like fuck, I don't know where to start, or like I know where to start, but then I get this like
yeah.
paralysis of procrastination, and then that's where I get like,
Don't get
dude,
me
I've got
wrong.
so much footage.
Mate, I've done a bit of procrastinating as well. Like I'll sit there and I'll be like, all of a sudden a thought will pop in my head, and I'm like, oh, I just need to check that out dead quick. And I like sit there and I'm like, oh, while I'm here, I might as well do this, do this, do this,
Yeah,
do this. And I'm like, before I know it, like 3 hours have passed and I've done like 0% effort, and I'm like,
yeah,
best make a start then.
yeah. Got to check yourself and get back to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
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 no,
100%.
no. Videography is just there's something so beautiful about it. I'm really trying to like work on different styles of it at the moment. And I'm reading and studying a lot more like sound design and how important
Yeah,
like
sound
sound
design's
is.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh man, I've
really
seen like
nice.
some proper good videographers on like my Instagram and stuff, because that's is like I've got like 3 things that pop up on my social media feed. It's cars, fucking photography, and like it's coming up to like videography now as well. Like this is
Mm,
popping up a lot more, and it's what intrigued me in the first place. Like some of these videographers, man, their sound design is like unreal.
yeah.
Like you're just looking at a video and you're like, wow, that sounds the clarity in like
Hmm.
the whole production from start to finish is like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's when you've got like that creative mind and that creative eye for these kind of things, you wonder if certain people, like people that don't have that, you wonder if they even consciously pick it up or not. But I feel like whenever I'm watching something like some kind of creative reel
Yeah,
or TikTok, or whatever, I'm just like, oh my god, he's done this. Oh, he's done that. Oh, that's really clever. And I'm
yeah.
dissecting the video of like how awesome it is.
100%, man. I like looking at videos like that because it always intrigues me on, right, how have they done this, and how have they done this different effect, and what have they done to like import this sound? Have they done it
Hmm.
themselves? Have they bought a package? Where did they get the package from? I
Yeah.
want to know like I want to know the ins and outs of like every cool video I watch. Like there's this one guy I watch quite a lot. I think his name's Noah something, and he basically just drives up to people. He's like, oh, cool car. Can I film you a free video? And they're like, yeah,
Sick.
cool. Yeah. And he literally just like, he'll like film them driving by, and he'll add the sound design. And I'm just like, he'll import his own LUTs that he's made and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, that's pretty fucking cool. Like how he's done all this. And it's, to him, I'm sure it's effortless because he does it all the time. But for someone like me, who's like only just, got one step in the door for
Hmm.
videography, it's like, that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's
And
fascinating.
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever want to do videography or photography like full time as your job, or do you think you would keep it as a hobby?
Yeah.
And
No, I want to do it full time.
yeah,
I want to be like, um, I want to be like 50-50 photography, videography. So at the
nice.
moment, like obviously I do a lot more photography than I do videography. I'd probably call it about like a 90-10, a 95-5
Hmm.
split. And I want to be more 50-50. But yeah, 100% down the line, once it picks up a lot more, like this time last year, I was shooting for nothing, for no one. I was shooting absolutely nothing. And like this year, you know, it's picked up a bit. I've got like so far, I think I've done a couple, and I've got like 3 or 4 more in the pipeline ready to go.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so it's going to be sick to see, you know, where it brings up next year and the year after that. And you know, once it picks up, so like obviously last year I had no one, and I was just like going to different events, car shows, family members, friends, and I was like, let me take photos of you, and they were like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. Um, and now this year I've got like 5 paid shoots, um,
Nice.
and now the you know, I'm getting a bit more traction. Like I can see my posts are doing a bit better and better, and you know, I'll get more and more traction from it, and more people are seeing it. Like, I want to book with this guy; he's pretty cool.
Yeah. Starts to
Yeah.
snowball
So,
then, doesn't it? It starts to,
100%. Yeah, yeah,
man, that'd
yeah,
be class.
100%.
I
I
love
can't
it.
wait for it, to be honest. I know it's
Yeah.
going to happen as well. 100% it's going to happen. It's you know, what do people call it? Manifesting. Oh, I'm manifesting
Manifesting.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I hate using that because it's like, no, it's just happening. It's happening because you're doing something about it.
You
But
put in the work
yeah,
in. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not manifesting it. I'm putting the work in for it. 100%.
Yeah. I think people really depend way too much on the word manifest in like, I'm manifesting that this is going to happen, but I'm also sitting on my ass after work for 7 hours doing niche.
It's gonna
I'm
get you there.
manifesting it. Like it's gonna
Yeah,
come.
yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. That's like saying, you know, I'm manifesting winning the lottery. I don't buy tickets, but I'm gonna win it.
Literally, like
Yeah, ain't gonna work, is it?
no, it's really not. Manifesting is great, but alongside the hard work and
The
the
grind.
the grind, making a plan, sticking to the plan, staying consistent,
Yeah,
that's where your manifestation will come from.
pays off. Yeah, yeah,
Pays
yeah.
off,
hundred
yeah.
percent.
Yeah, nice. It's cool. I think I would in another life. I think I would have gone down the videography route for doing other things. But
Yeah, yeah,
it's maybe it's not too late. I might still, but I think I just enjoy making my own films. I think I've always had this fascination of documenting my life, but not necessarily for
yeah.
other people, but just for like when I'm
Just for
60,
your own.
70. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
I would,
I was gonna say you've been vlogging for like quite a bit now. What
yeah,
what? I've got a question for you. What made you
shoot.
start that?
Good question. I was really into YouTube when at a very young age, and
Yeah,
I got quickly into watching like travel videos. I've always been fascinated by culture and wanting to travel and just experience new things. And I came across a guy called Fun for Louis.
right.
Um,
Okay.
he's a British YouTuber. He must have been about in his mid 30s, early 30s at the time. But he was just a full nomad. He just traveled. He was like a daily vlogger when daily vlogs was like massive, like with the Casey Neistat era.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he was just a daily vlogger, and he was just in Brazil one day, he was in China the next, and he was in all these different countries. And I was just like, man, this guy just has such a vibe about him, just tells such a good story.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I just love the idea of storytelling. And I've never been one crazy that I've got a podcast, but I've never been great with my words. I feel like I've always
yeah,
been better explaining emotion and feeling through visuals, through sound. And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I just kind of got into it in that. And then I have a bunch of vlogs. I actually have a bunch of vlogs from when I was living in Brazil, but I think I took them down because they're with my ex and it just felt a little bit weird. Um,
Yeah, fair, fair.
but I have so much footage that I haven't posted just because it's like a personal thing. So like films that I've made from when I went to Greece or when I went to this country. I've got one that I need to edit from when I went to Spain, and just little, almost like, people have like a photo book, and like
Yeah,
you sit your grandchildren down on your lap and you flick through your photos. And
yeah,
I just, for some reason, that was kind of in my head of just videography would be, I have this highlight reel of my entire life that I don't have a great
yeah.
memory. My memory's pretty crap. I struggle.
Man, that's terrible. That's
Like,
awful.
yeah, it's so bad. So like I could have all these experiences, but when someone's like, "Oh, what was this like?" I'm like, uh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, it was great. But I can't really pinpoint a certain thing. So if I have a video, I can sit there, I
Yeah.
can watch it back. I'm like, oh, Carnival was sick. I met this dude and this happened.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I just kind of wanted that to leave something behind, really, of myself, like almost like a time
That's pretty
capsule, I
cool, though.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like you can, I think, I'm just going back just a little bit in a conversation where you said like,
Mm.
sitting with the grandkids and stuff, and you'd flip through like a photo album. Gone are them days because nobody has like a photo album anymore. You've
No.
all got like your phone,
Your
so you've
iCloud.
just got like,
Yeah.
yeah, you've just got like you're gonna be sat there with your grandkids, and they're gonna be sat on your knee, and they were like, oh, tell us a bit about your life. And you're like, yes, sound. We'll go back to my iCloud of like
Yeah.
2025. This is what I was doing.
Exactly. It's I don't know. I like the purity of. I know it's not a physical, like holding a physical photo book, but like my parents still have
No.
photo books of like all from me from like
Yeah, yeah.
the 1990s and 2000s. Like,
I'm gonna try and get my hands on that.
dude, there's some class ones. I remember there's like my mum's got video footage of me in like the school play and stuff like that, and like just it's
Oh,
just having
wicked.
those memories of being able to
Yeah, man.
like even to be
Yeah, man.
fair,
100%.
I think I get it from my granddad. He was not the one that had the dementia, my other one. But he served in the military. He was on Easter Island when they were doing like nuclear testing and things like that.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, mad.
That's a story in itself.
He
That's
actually wrote a
crazy.
book for it called Megaton Mornings. Fascinating book.
Right.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I actually did a trailer for him, and it's like for his book. I made like a little trailer. I had it was like a real Windows Movie Maker type jobby. Like it was early doors,
Mm,
but it still
pretty cool.
conveyed the message with like what you had. And I remember
Yeah, man.
seeing him. I showed him. I was super excited. He's never really been like an emotional guy, being like from the '60s and just military man from the '60s. You kind of just neutral. And I remember
Yeah.
he watched it and he started tearing up. I was like, "Fuck, I might be pretty good at this thing, like at this like storytelling
Yeah.
shit."
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I can't remember what my original point was, but he was into like create. I found out after that when I made it. I found out after that he had a bunch of footage that he'd taken from his mission, like over in Easter Island, and he would splice video footage together, like old school, like taking a film strip, splicing it, putting it
Yeah,
together, like.
yeah.
And he kept
That's
all
proper
of
old
them,
school.
digitized the whole thing, and gave them to my mum for her birthday once.
Wow.
Like, I thought that
Look,
was just sick.
I think stuff like that is like proper cool little gift. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's
so
it's
personal.
not it's not expensive. It's very, very personal. And
Yeah.
there's nothing better than receiving something extremely personal like that, really, is there?
No, not at all. I think the greatest gift someone can give you is their time.
A
And
hundred
if they've
percent. A
spent
hundred percent.
this much time working on something for you, like that is just beautiful, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. To be fair, that must have taken them a long time to do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like editing before editing was even a thing.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
crazy.
I don't know. I wonder how they do it. If you had like a specific machine or if it was like, yeah, but taking actual film strip and like you make the cut, you can't just click Z and undo.
Yeah.
Like
No, no,
you've
no.
made the cut, man. Like,
That's it, innit?
yeah, it's
Oh shit! I was half a second off beat. Oh dear.
yeah, innit? Yeah. Oh, it's not syncing up to my music.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh man. Have you ever felt like you're so like upbeat, positive, just going with the flow? Have you ever felt there's been like a specific moment in time where like you felt yourself like slipping mentally or you started to feel something that might have been an anxiety or just like a specific like you've recalled a specific moment that's happened to you?
Thinking back, man, that's a difficult question because honestly, I don't really think I can think of anything off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Maybe like there's maybe been like I don't know, maybe like one time on ship where I was
Hmm.
like, you know, it had been an extra hard week and I'd been away for like a few months and I was missing family, but that was like I got a bit like I'd say a bit like I wouldn't say like depressed or nothing, but I was sad. It's
Yeah.
pretty sad. Like when you're missing family, and things are going on at home as well, and you're like, oh, I wish I could be there.
Yeah.
But then, like, again, I just flipped it on its head. I'm like, right, there's nothing I can do. I'm, a few thousand miles away in a different country.
Hmm.
I'll just see them when I see them. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm. I'm missing out on things, but at the same time, we can do it again when I get back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So do you like you're not a lot of people can be upbeat, positive, happy, but then really they're not actually dealing with their emotions or dealing with what's coming to them. But I feel like with you, you are very aware of taking things on board,
Yeah, yeah,
acknowledging them,
100%.
and letting them go.
Yeah, I've no bloody hell. I had a right good stutter then, didn't I? No, I've known quite a few people that are like, you know, you look at them and you're like, he's such a like an upbeat, positive guy, and what really they're doing is they're like all the negativeness, they're pushing it deep down, and they're like, not, it's not healthy. I just don't let it sit anywhere. It'll like hit me on the forehead, and I'll be like, right, sound, see you in a bit, and I'll like give it a good old header and volley, and it'll be gone.
Bro, like a
No, but
prime
I'm
Peter
like,
Crouch.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and I'll just,
Yeah.
hit the old robot. You know what I mean? Um, no, but like I know quite a few people that are, they've got like a similar outlook to me, but they sort of are using it to sort of mask being like, you know, down or really upset. And I feel like the people I mostly check on, like out of my friends, are normally the people that are really happy
Yeah, that's
because
not fuck me, my
uh,
throat's then.
nah, you're all good. The people that are like normally like really happy are just pleasing others because they're so upsetting themselves.
Yeah.
So you always definitely that's the type of person you got to check on, 100%. I check
Yeah.
on everyone though. I do check on everyone. Like
Mhm.
people that definitely like people that express their upset, and I check on them just as much. But like some people miss out their happy friends.
Yeah, it's
But
so
yeah,
easy to just assume that, oh, they're all happy and
yeah,
positive, they're friendly, and 9 times out of 10, it's because 'cause they're that way because they don't want other people to feel how they're feeling, so
100%. Yeah, yeah. It was like that. What's that advert? Was it the Bristol? Not Bristol.
Norwich,
Norwich. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the
That
football
advert was.
fan.
Yeah, that outfit, that advert was like,
God, that
it
was
was so
powerful.
fucking, yeah, man. It was meant. I remember looking at it and like, fuck, that really
Yeah.
makes you think, like, because I'm literally like, I'm always happy. So people could be thinking that about me, like, but man, I'm just like, fucking, I'm out here high on life vibing.
Yeah. I
Whereas
love
like
that.
some people like look really happy on the outside, but on the inside, they've got a war going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's rough because that's why I can't remember whose quote it was, but it's just like, "Be kind always." I think it might have been a Robin Williams quote, but just like, be kind always, because you just have no idea what people are going through. Like if someone, like you say, it could be the happiest person in the world to you, and they
Yeah,
could be like I say, going through a war.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, um, it's quite mental to see, really, because you definitely wouldn't think it. I wouldn't think it.
No.
If it hadn't been pointed out to me the way it was, uh, I wouldn't have even thought. Oh, happy people are actually really sad.
Hmm.
Fuck, who thinks that? I,
Yeah.
I don't. I would have never naturally thought that.
No, because you kind of take things at face value, don't you? Like if someone's
Yeah, yeah.
acting all
Nobody
happy and
nobody reads between the lines, do they?
no, that's why it's so
No.
important to check in on people, isn't it? Like because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
Definitely.
yeah, I find it. I mean, I took a massive step back from content over the last few years.
Yeah.
Like yourself, you took like a bit of a backseat and you kind of lived life a bit more.
I had a hiatus for a while, yeah.
Yeah, but I find when you're in like the Twitch scene or like content, I feel like because there's so many people, you're not used to dealing with so many people and relationships. I found like I was
Yeah.
getting so like I was piling pressure on myself to make sure I'm checking in with every person or as many people as possible. And I was like, this
Yeah.
isn't normal to be messaging like 50 people. Like
No,
I have to
no.
chill out.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that. I get that, definitely. When you've got a bit of a, you know, Like, some you start off with like 2 or 3 people watching you, and you're like, "Oh, good morning, mate. Just checking in, seeing how you're doing." 2
Hmm.
people, yeah, that's fine. But when you've got like, 20, 30 people watching it all at the same time, and
Yeah.
you're saying into your stream like, "Oh, how's everyone doing?" And people are like, "Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good." And then there's people that are like, "Yeah, I'm not doing too good." And you're like, "Right, take a note of that. I'll
Yeah.
message them later. See if there's anything I can do to help." 9 times out of 10, there's not really much you can do apart from reach out and say you're here for a chat. But yeah, when you're doing that to like 30 people, 40 people, sometimes it can feel like um, overwhelming for yourself. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't really say I've ever had that problem, to be honest. But like I can imagine, like for yourself, um, you know, taking a break from all the streaming and content stuff like that. Yeah, it can be quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. I think because it can become not warped, but I think for a lot of people, to them, they're just messaging you.
Yeah,
But I never wanted people to think I'm messaging people just for like quote unquote networking to make sure they come back to my stream. Like
yeah,
anytime I was
yeah,
meeting someone, I wanted to build a genuine friendship, a genuine
yeah,
relationship. And I feel like
100%.
it's quite hard to do that with so many people. Like some people are great at it. Some people are complete extroverts. They can talk to everyone and everyone. They have all the time in the world. But like when I'm at work, I can't be on my phone at work. I'm doing a 10, 12-hour shift. And it's like
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I only have so much time in the day to like talk to people, and
yeah.
I get a lot of my energy back from like silence and just being able to do my own thing.
100%. There's nothing better than at the end of a long work day. Like I work 12-hour shifts as well. I work days and
Mhm.
nights, 12-hour
Oof.
shifts. Yeah, it's fun. I love it. I fucking, especially them night shifts, man. They're so good.
Oh yeah,
No,
give me more of them.
yeah. Oh no. Um, but like at the end of a shift, you just got to take that time, sit down. I like to do nothing, niche.
Yeah,
I like to just sit there and just stare in the blank space like this, and I'm just like, yeah, this is decompression.
yeah,
This is decompression. Oh yeah, man, it hits different, especially like if you've got complete total silence and you can do whatever you want. Like I can just scroll through reels or TikToks or watch a stream or something like that.
hmm,
Yeah, I'll just do that at the end of a shift. Decompress, go to sleep. That's it.
yeah.
It's just a good way to get out your system.
100%. I think that is. I know you say you don't really do anything in particular to stay on top of your mental health, but like I feel like you naturally do all the right things anyway in
Yeah, yeah, I
compression
definitely
and
take a lot of time for myself. I definitely
yeah.
take a lot of time for myself. Um, when I had the break from Twitch, I stopped streaming because I was like in between jobs at the time, and I was like, right, I don't know how it's going to work. I just started sort of a relationship with my missus, and I was like, I don't actually have like the time for it without giving
Mhm.
myself a little bit of time for me as well. I was doing all these different things, and I've got like fucking 6 million different hobbies all at the same time, and it's like, right,
Yeah.
I need to back one off. And at the time, Twitch took up a lot of my time.
Mhm.
It ate into my hours a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw something on Instagram the other day. It was like, "You can do anything, but you can't do everything."
Yeah, 100%, 100%. You do anything you want to,
Yeah,
but you are very limited on time.
exactly, and it's so important to make sure you're putting that time into yourself, into your relationship, like your partner or family or whatever, and I think that I kinda lost sight of that a lot on Twitch, where I was
Yeah,
just like me and my missus, we got into like a rocky phase because it was like I was just getting home from work, doing a long hour shift. I'd get home and then I'm firing a stream up and I'm there for 4 or 5 hours. Then next thing you know, it's
yeah,
10:30, and then I'm having my decompression time. And then like, where's the time for us? Like, where's the time for us to chill? And
yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so you're back
No,
on
I agree
stream
with
now,
that.
though.
I've done a couple. Yeah, I've done a
Yeah.
couple.
How's that
Yeah,
feel?
yeah, yeah. Weird. Like
Yeah.
I was saying earlier, I've forgotten how to use half the stuff. like, how the bloody hell do I change my alerts? How do I add fucking sources into OBS? I'm like, this is not what I remember. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I
It's
love
not
it.
like riding a bike, is it? It's not like riding a
No,
bike. You
no.
don't forget. Like,
Although,
you forget.
yeah, there are some things that I remembered. I'm quite
Yeah.
happy to remember. And do you know, actually, I was looking through when I was setting up my OBS properly. I had actually taken some photos of my old OBS setup. So I was like,
Yeah.
that's a lifesaver, isn't it? I
Smart.
was,
That is well
yeah,
smart.
I didn't even think about it until like I was setting it up and I was like, right, I forgot how to do this. And then I was like looking on my phone and I was like, oh, actually, I've got I've got photos here. Let's have a goose at them.
I love that. I love
But yeah,
that.
yeah, no, it's fun. It is
Yeah.
fun. I enjoy it. To be honest, I enjoyed streaming anyway. I really enjoyed it. Uh,
So
you
fun.
know, you get to be with a community of like-minded people. You know, they all
Mhm.
enjoy your company. I enjoy their company, especially like what's the point in like, coming home, playing a game and like I'm just sitting here on my own. May
Yeah.
as well just like I may as well just enjoy my time with other people. Plus, it always gives me like new people to interact with, play with, and stuff like that. It's mental.
Yeah. It is a special place, Twitch. Like, I've spoken about the
Yeah,
the negatives of it before on like the some of the toxicities that can come with streaming, but like when you're in it for the
yeah,
right
yeah,
reasons, it is just I've met my favorite people in life through it. Like,
yeah. 100%. I can agree with you there. 100%. I've met some fucking awesome people through it. Met with them in real life as
that's the
well,
best
and it's
feeling.
it's oh man, do you know what? It's weird though because you're like when you're growing up, you get told don't meet strangers off the internet,
Yeah,
and
innit?
now I'm just like, yo, who wants to do a meetup?
Yeah. How else am I supposed
Yeah,
to make a new friend as an adult? Like,
yeah. Honestly, especially nowadays, like I can't just go down to the pub and talk to someone. They don't want to talk to me. They're
like,
just sat there because they want to decompress themselves. That's their
yeah,
that's their coping mechanism.
exactly.
They don't want to talk to me. Nah,
No.
but meeting people off like Twitch, and you know, once you meet like a couple of people off Twitch, and then you meet more people, It's that cool. Like I know, fucking hell, loads more people than what I used to know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I mentioned it on one of the earlier podcasts. I was like, I think with Twitch, it is like a revolving door that you'll meet so many people, and then so many people come, so many people go. And I think learning to accept that's completely normal. Like that's so
Just a thing that
okay.
happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
it's just a thing
like,
that happens.
but you end up coming up for every 100 people that goes out the door, 5 stick around, and
Yeah,
years pass, and
yeah,
you're still talking to them. Like, I've got
100%.
friends that I met in the first month or two of streaming, and I still talk to them today. I've met up with them. Dude, I went to Greece and I met up with my buddy Nick, who's Greek, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so meeting people from different countries, like,
Nah, that's fucking cool. I've never
yeah,
been able to say I've done that, but that's fucking cool. That is
it's
cool.
unreal feeling, unreal. I mean, we did it. I went to major CDL Major One in Spain at the start of the year.
Class.
Met up with a couple of my Dutch friends. I met up with the first friend I ever met through streaming.
Yo, that's so
Don't
cool.
know if you know him. I think he stopped before you kind of came on the scene. Like, good guy Vano, but he was a Dutch streamer,
Yeah, no, I don't
absolute
recognise.
fucking legend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was like the person that introduced me to people like Cahill and like other
Yeah,
streamers, and I was like, it's been like 4 years since I
that's
spoke
crazy.
to him, and it was just, yeah.
That's pretty
Twitch is
cool.
a cool thing, man. It's a cool thing.
It's cool. It's cool for definitely like meeting new people, and watching different perspectives for people as well. Like everyone's got like a different outlook on life and a different way of doing things and seeing things, and I'm like, it's cool to see it from other people's perspectives, man.
There's no right or wrong, is there? It's just
Nah,
how you want to
nah,
do
it's
it.
pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. But it wouldn't be a conversation with you without bringing up a bit of drum and bass, because that is like the whole thing. One of the whole things of your stream is
Oh man,
the drum
fucking
and
hell.
bass vibes are immaculate.
Oh mate, it's getting back there again. We're
Yeah.
getting back there. But yeah, fucking hell. I used to like listen to a lot of heavy drum and bass.
Yeah,
I've still got. Do you know what? I'm still using that original playlist. I've just
I
added
love
like
it.
an extra hour onto it in the past like month or so.
I added it to my Spotify the other day. I was like, yeah, I got a couple. I'll see if there's any other gems that I haven't got in here.
Yeah, exactly. I do it every now and then. I'll just sit down and I'll just be like, right, let's go through, see what we can add on, see what we can take off.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I mean, I
drum and
think
bass
that's
is just like it's a key to energy. Do you
oh,
not
it
think?
just feeds you like
Yeah. Oh man, 100%. I wouldn't say I can focus better. In fact, no, I would say I can focus
yeah,
better with drum and bass.
100% I
I'm
can.
just like sat there proper locked in. I've got some absolute wobbler on in my head, and I'm just like, yeah, fucking, I'm ready for this. And it just makes me feel more energetic, more alive. I fucking music does that to me, man. Fucking
Yeah.
love music.
Yeah, yeah. Do you listen to other
Yeah,
music?
music's
Like, do you have
I
any
fucking
genres? Like anything?
everything and anything. So like
Love
when I'm
it.
streaming and stuff
It's the
like that,
best
drum
kind.
and bass. I listen to rap. I listen to like American type rap. I listen to drill music. I listen to Slipknot and like other,
Fuck
like
yeah.
screaming type music. I listen to rock, indie. The only thing I don't really listen to is country music.
Oh,
That's yeah, I know, I
I'm gonna
know.
send you a
I've been
playlist,
told.
man. I'm gonna send you my
I've been
playlist.
100% send it through. I'll be down to give it a listen. Do you know what it is? I've just never been given like when people say, "Oh, listen to this artist," and I'm like, it's kind of mid,
Yeah,
but
I think
like, I need a fucking like a country singer to get me into the doorway.
I tell you what, it's really starting to take off. I got into my country era last year. And I think for you, starting with someone like Jelly Roll, or even someone like Post Malone's
I've
gone
heard,
pretty country now. Like
yeah,
that's quite a good introduction.
I love a good bit of Posty. Who doesn't
Yeah,
love a good bit of Posty? I've heard of this Jelly Roll guy, but I can't. I'll be lying if I said I've heard it, like heard any
absolute
of his
Donny,
songs.
absolute
Yeah,
Donny.
yeah. He seems
He's
like a
got
pretty cool dude.
yeah, he's got a song with Eminem, I think. So
Yeah,
he has kind of got that "Somebody
it's on
Save
his
Me."
new album.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on his
somebody
new album.
save me. Yeah, yeah.
You are wooing me right now with that
Oh,
music. Go
sorry.
on,
Oh, God.
start singing to me. Sing to me. Nah,
Somebody. Yeah,
brilliant.
I'll send you the country playlist, but music, man, it's a game changer in life. I think
Oh,
if
man,
you're not listening to music, like I feel
what are you
sorry
doing?
for people. Yeah,
Yeah, what are you doing if you're not listening to music, man?
they
How
say
the
it's
how the fuck do you get anything done?
yeah,
I can't
right.
do anything without music. I'll wake up in the morning. I'll make the bed to music. I'll fucking have a shower to music. I'll
Yeah,
fucking get dressed. I can't do nothing without music, man. I say I can't do nothing. I can, but I'd prefer it
just
so
do it
much better if
way
I had it.
better. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I can do a hundred. I could do 100% better job with music.
for sure. Working in the kitchen, like music is like if when you like the same for yourself, you're doing like a 12-hour shift. Like,
Yeah, man.
I can't do that shit in silence. Like,
Yeah, man.
I had a
Always
chef
got my
come.
headphones in my pocket, ready to go.
Yeah. I had a chef come in like recently start a few months ago and he was like, oh yeah, I like to work in a nice silent kitchen. I can really focus. I was like, you're going to hate it here.
A silent kitchen for 10 or 12 hours
Like, bruh,
ain't gonna happen.
mate, we had,
Ain't gonna happen.
the place I used to work at, the last place I worked at, it was, like a gastro pub and it was gnarly, like 13-hour shifts every day. Everyone was like pretty fucking not miserable. Everyone was like, you're just in the trenches together and it was just a
Yeah,
gnarly place. But
yeah,
no, they were all from different countries, all from like Albania, Romania, things like that. And it was only me and one other dude that were English, and none of them cared music, so we could just have full control on the speaker for
yeah.
13 hours, and it was just like you go on a journey if you got music playing for that long. Like,
Oh man, you'll end up in a hole so deep you don't even know what songs you're listening to. You're just
oh
like, yeah,
yeah,
I'm fucking listening.
you start with heavy metal, and then next thing you know, 7 hours later, you're in Mongolian pipe bands. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
You're fucking listening to the didgeridoo being played, and you're like,
Yeah,
yeah, my
yeah.
music's weird.
Yeah, I got some weird songs in my playlist. I can't lie.
Oh, same, bro. Same. So bad. So bad. Some that I wouldn't even care to show to other people because I'm like,
Nah,
it's fucking weird.
how do I explain this?
Yeah. How do I explain the song that I'm listening to and how I found it? It's just not a normal explanation.
No, it's really not. It's really not. Oh man, dude, it's been a fucking pleasure talking to you, man.
Yeah, and you, man.
This
Honestly.
has been like it's so refreshing to like hear someone talking about just pure, just oozing positivity and
Yeah, man.
just flow. I feel like you're just in constant flow state. I feel like you are just
Do you know? Sometimes I feel like I am. I'm just like fucking like water, man. I'm just rolling to the next
yeah.
place.
Move like water, you go with the flow.
Exactly, man. 100%.
Mate, before we wrap this up, I do want to ask you, I know you've dropped a few pearls so far, but if you could drop us a quote or a piece of advice that you kind of not necessarily live by, but you see and you agree with, that you feel.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, there's so many to choose from, like so many little gems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's not really a quote, but like don't don't basically just don't follow what happened yesterday. Don't worry about what's happening tomorrow. Just live right now, because it's the only thing you can do is change your current situation. You can't predict the future, and you can't change the past. You know what I mean? So just live for the moment.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck
man.
yeah. That is just
And to be fair, I live by that as well. Like, I
yeah.
can't predict my future. I can't change my past. So I'm just going to live for the moment.
Honestly, the key to happiness
Oh, 100%.
is being
100%.
present. If like everywhere I read, everywhere I try and study or research, they all say the same thing: staying present, and exactly what
Yeah.
you just said. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are the walking epitome of that, my guy.
Yeah, 100%, man. I fucking love this place.
Sick. I love it. Dan, well, for those that are listening, if you like Dan, go follow his Instagram, his Twitch. Remind them again.
Twitch is, fuck, I forgot, Halsey FPS.
Yeah.
It's HALLZYY FPS. And then my Instagram is Halsey Photography. Exactly the same spelling.
Sick. They'll be in the description down below, everybody. Dan,
Sweet.
thank you so much, man. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Cheers, man.
Dude,
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Thank you for having me on.
always
It's
a
been a
pleasure,
pleasure.
man. I'd like to have you back on at some point, I'm sure.
Oh,
'Cause
100%.
we
We can run
could
this
go.
back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm all for
Sweet.
it. Sweet.
Sweet, man.
Well, everybody.
Appreciate it.